a bit of a break given away to the Chimeras. Let them rest their eyes, rest their thumbs. They were obviously a little bit slow on the pitch that last game. But as soon as we get both teams back in here, we will continue the domination as the Knights will look to finish out the series. A little bit of light work here on a Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening. And yeah, Galleon, I know you're a bit of a fanboy for this team, but they got to do something to turn it around.
And I think it's just so unfortunate what the Knights have been going through so far. And I don't know if you know this, Pep. I think we talked about it before the stream got cut off, but you can actually donate $2 a month to the Knights Foundation for them to get better players. I don't know if anybody's aware. I just think they just need to get rid of their whole roster. You want to know what the roster
Hmm.
changes they need to make? They
Yeah.
need to get Chimera's players and put them on their roster. That's exactly what they need
Ah.
to do.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because yeah, Chimeras they're leading in all of the stats this season. Clearly better players individually, right? Yeah, that is crazy to hear. As soon as we get these guys back, we can just settle this once and for all.
Mm.
As the series has been completely lopsided, and I don't know about your gang Chimeras. They're not even here yet, taking their sweet time to get in the lobby. They're just scared of the opponents on the other side of the pitch. But either way, it's been some good content so far. I've enjoyed it.
Mm.
It's been a little while. I don't know about you, but it's matches like these, the two top dogs and rival. I don't know how the Chimeras got there, but still, this has been good.
It has been good. It has been good just seeing both these teams battle it out. And, it's been really good for me. Usually I'm just all about Firestorm, all of that, but it's just so great to see a team that resembles Firestorm. I mean, we have the same colors, and our rival teams are basically the same. Like three sexy people playing for one team. So, I think they're just the better team in this instance here, Magic Pep.
Well, as you can see, the Knights are first to the lobby, quicker as usual, and nowhere to be seen is the slacking team of the Chimeras. So as soon as they, put their our cares above theirs for once, look out for the Nemesis community. We can get back to the action like we all so desperately want. As Forbidden Temple might be enough salvation for the Chimeras to turn the series around with some weird happenings. That might be enough to save them.
I'm sorry to bring this into some match chat, but didn't the Knights players say Knights in four? Well, I'm thinking Chimeras in four actually. I am I allowed to change my prediction from before? I was just so blind from before. I didn't
Uh
see
huh.
that the Chimeras were coming out with this one. I just I think I have to go Chimeras in four.
Yeah, I don't think that's how that works because obviously you had no faith in this team to start with. I mean, rightfully so. They're
Hmm.
lost on the pitch, as we've seen in the series. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, I can give you some around the league news. Thunderbirds take a 3-1 win over the Bearcats, and Blaze wins it in five over Distortion. So both
Let's
those
go.
teams, they're copying the Knights' game plan here today, as they're able to win their series, just as Edwin and the gang will do very shortly whenever we get the hurdle speed team of the Chimeras to finally put in the digits and give us the gameplay that we are all waiting on. But bunch of meanies over there just not feeling like giving us a good time tonight. Not surprised.
I just think they're stretching their thumbs. I mean, that's what I
Hmm.
do. I think all God gamers stretch their thumbs, and chimeras aren't any different because if you aren't doing thumb exercises and thumb stretches before every Rocket League game, you're going to lose. And I think the Knights forgot to do the thumb stretches before this one. Another thing, Edwin leads Rival League in goals, but we haven't really seen much from him. Is it because he has his monitor turned off, or is it because he's just not that good of a player? Who knows?
Um, I think I know. I think because his teammates are just clearly feeling it today that he's going to take a backseat role like any
Mm,
good leader would. That's what I'm seeing on the pitch right now. And you know whose monitors need to come on? The Chimeras, because this is exhilarating gameplay on my screen right now. I don't have a match in 20 minutes or anything. So yeah, take your time, guys. This
yeah.
is great. I'm enjoying this. Looking at the grass on Forbidden Temple, just staring at the better
Mm,
team at Knights. So I think that FF is on the cards here. Is the Chimeras? They're just clearly lost on the pitch and even trying to find the lobby info. So,
you know,
yikes is all I can say right now.
all I have to say is the fact that my game is also in 20 minutes. But,
And
like you, I'm not worried because it's going to take at least another 5+ minutes for the Chimeras to just finish the job right here, right now. And them joining the lobby, it's not the issue. I think the issue at hand is how they're handling themselves winning, because I feel like they're just better winners. As we see, they show up fashionably late. All good winners show up fashionably late, and I think we're ready to get this one underway.
um, okay, but yeah, that's what we'll call it. As we
Mm.
finally have the Chimeras showing up here on Forbidden Temple to start off game number 4. The last few matches, they've been a bit embarrassing for this team. They needed a minute to gather their emotions before joining back up as Big Rick completely throws away an opportunity there. And T-Man, he knows this team's not threatening, takes his sweet time. J-Rod, he does not know what month it is. What is that challenge? Big time 50 from Edwin, dominating the 50 game. Steals the boost in the process. T-Man throws it towards the corner. Big Rick is there for once. They'll try to 50, but flip. He is all over this game right now. Just completely dominating on the scoreboard right now with a huge 2 points. Just 30 seconds into this game. And T-Man, he's trying to get on the action as well as a team up coming through. We got NRG on the field here. They don't know what they're doing. Flip is dominating the 50 category. Leaving it is Edwin with the shot, and that is a top corner shot. Bar down. Edwin, that's the goal scorer you were looking for, but
Edwin, again, he's just so lucky. I mean, you see T-Man miss there. There's no fake there. He went up for the ball, and he missed. I think part of it's just the Raiders decal that really just sets him off. And Edwin was like, okay, well, my teammate missed, might as well like put it near the net, and he got a lucky bounce. That's just what happened.
Right. Ark, he's going to try to even this up as this game has been really too lopsided to not feel bad for this Chimeras team. T-Man taking his sweet time, trying to get it through the defense. Huge 50. Edwin gets it past everybody. Somehow there's somebody still there to make it clear. Flip with the 50. J-Rod finally shows up to the game. Not sure where he's been. Passes it mid, but nobody within a square mile of that ball. Kind of the same storyline we've seen all series long from the offense of the Chimeras. J-Rod not quick enough as usual, and Edwin will keep 50ing out the
Oh,
opponents with ease. And that is just an embarrassing attempt. What are we doing with that air dribble? Never had any hope of finding the net. And Flip, once again, given plenty of space. The other team knows they're just outclassed. And a huge fake from T-Man. Where is that guy going? That is rough to look at. Edwin, he's faster. Takes out one. Ark finally gets a ball touch, but T-Man has none of it in his future. He'll be first up to this. Leaves it for a teammate, Flip, all over it. And as you said, coming into the game, Flip is just such a good player, and we're seeing it in the series.
I have to disagree with you there, because even though his name says Flip, he's flipping everywhere but the ball right now. I would suggest if he presses on either X twice, or what is it on Xbox? It's A twice. He'll double jump, and that's something he might want to invest in if he wants to score a goal here.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. After seeing a horrible attempt by Ark on what was probably an open net, we'll stay at the Knights holding a steady lead. Pretty unsurmountable as finally a good 50 comes through from this Chimeras team. Edwin lets Ark have it for once. Ark trying to find a pass midfield. His teammate just doesn't feel like it. And can you blame him? Nothing's really working for this team right now. Only 2 shots on target, and none of them have been the slightest bit threatening. Big bump comes through. Flip donates it to charity. Edwin looking for the pinch. He'll find it no problem. Big Rick gets a ball touch. That's something new to see. And Flip all over this one. Ark, what are we doing, buddy? That is not what we like to see. Big Rick tries to stay in front of Edwin. Another huge 50. He's getting known for the dominating 50s at this point. J-Rod. Forgot this guy was in the lobby. He's going to get it over one, but Edwin, he knew that was coming all along, and he was ready for it. A minute and a half to go here, Mr. Gallium. Your squad is looking lost on the pitch. J-Rod, it had to happen eventually. All of these shots coming to nothing. Finally, something goes right.
Oh, man. I'm actually getting a little bit tired of just seeing the Knights keep getting beat. I mean, it's just like, come on, guys, can we let off the gas just a little bit? It's just been domination after domination, and you can ignore the scoreboard. all you want, okay? But the scoreboard will come back to bite you, and that's exactly what it's doing for the Knights here. It's just honestly pathetic what we're seeing.
Yeah, that's nice to hear. You know, as bad as I want to get to my game on time, I almost just I just feel bad for this Chimeras team because they think they're gonna win and get us out of here early, but I think we all know the big picture scheme coming through from the Knights. Arc, he's gonna get a good 50 for the first time in his entire life. Flip, gonna get bumped to the corner. Free boost for him. As he's gonna throw this right at Big Rick. Had to happen eventually. T-Man settles under it, completely fakes out one.
Oh,
Arc,
go
he's
Arc.
going to get helped by a demo. That is a cringe play right there, and it's still not enough to get this team in the net. I'm not surprised, to be honest with you. Big Rick, he's not fast enough, hasn't been his entire life. Edwin, he is all over the field right now. He's going to fake out Arc. Arc has no idea what's happening. And T-Man, he's going to pass it to J-Rod. That's how bad he feels for this offense. Edwin, dominating 50. I can say it over and over. It never changes. They don't know how to fix anything to stop Edwin. T-Man fakes out one. Edwin with another clanger and a lucky save from J-Rod. Finally getting himself some points as 321 is embarrassing. See, has 10 seconds left to go. Finally, the Knights will show that they are the better team. Off the corner, Arc is awkward. Big Rick has to make a save. He'll throw it at nobody. Flip with another free shot on target. He'll say thank you for the +10. You know, Galleon. I think we both have a game to get to, but you kind of know what's going to happen here with the Knights taking this game.
You know, I'm a very humble man. I have very humble requests. Rockerman, do you mind pulling up the scoreboard real quick of the points? We could just see the pure domination for both J Rod and Big Rick. J Rod has 398 points. Big Rick has 392 points, and Edwin and T-Man are far behind that. And it's just an overtime goal. Let's just wrap up the series right now. Edwin and Flip have left the lobby. It's so easy. Chimeras take it in 4.
You know, I think at the end of the day, my conclusion is Whiteout is the best team in the league. I think that's what we learned today. Nobody else can beat this Chimeras team. And I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe they had an off day the Knights. Maybe they were feeling generous. You can't blame them. Sometimes you just got to get to bed early. And I think that's what we saw here today as our first matchup from the rival league is a snoozer, but the Chimeras will take the win. But the Titan League undefeated showdown is in our near future. So, any final words on that exhilarating series so far?
You know, I'm not gonna say anything except for I'm just gonna make a gesture towards the camera for you, Pep. You could see it in the post stream.
Mm-hmm.
It's very nice gesture. In all seriousness, though, thank you for casting with me, Pep. It's always a pleasure. This matchup coming up is such a banger. I can't wait to see it. I believe these two teams are the only two teams left that are undefeated. Wait, I think there's like 5 in total, but still, it should be a good one for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a banger. Is Pinnacle trying to keep it going? Their undefeated season. It's been impressive to watch, but the opposition they're not feeling the same idea as they try to keep theirs undefeated as well. Thank you for joining us for game number one. We'll take a short break and be back for some Titan League action.
like dollars in the wind, bending over backwards just to let you in. I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. But you were calling me a liar, 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 liar. Yeah, I've been putting in the hours, I was. And it's coming down to now and now and now and now and never. I was putting in the I'm sick of fighting the things that you said. I don't wanna burn all our bridges ahead. I'm tired of going to bed when you left me on red just to turn up the noise in my head. I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. But you were calling me a liar, 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 liar. Yeah, I've been putting in the hours.
Left me in this mess, I'm falling. Heaven knows. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer.
All right, what is going on, everybody? We are back at it again after an absolute banger of a matchup. We have decided to torture Flip and make him get in the booth after a heartbreaking loss where he got roasted to all oblivion by our caster bias. But you know, Flip, it's it happens sometimes. It happens sometimes, and you just got to put it behind you and focus on an absolute banger matchup here.
Yeah, that's I'll worry about them in playoffs. Then it'll matter. But this one does matter a little bit because these are undefeated teams on the line here. These are 2 7-0 teams, big dogs in Titan League. So this is asserting dominance for the Grandmasters or the Pinnacle. So I'm excited to see who comes out on top.
Yeah, it should be an interesting one here. Both these teams have had excellent seasons. I mean, there's not really much you can say about these two teams. They just absolutely dominated the Grandmasters, only losing 2 singular games. They played 7 series, only lost 2 games in these entire 7 series to stay undefeated. And then Pinnacle, I mean, they've been also pretty hot as well, losing 4 games all season long. So really, I mean, Flip, it's just a battle between 2 teams that have been insanely good this season. It's going to be really hard to tell who's going to take this one. It looks like in the Discord, they're going with Pinnacle 33-13 in favor of Pinnacle. So that's where they're rocking with. Looking at Twitch chat, There is also 84,000 points on Pinnacle, with about a minute left to get last second predictions in. But Flip, who do you got in this one? As we got them all in the lobby here.
Twitch is going with Pinnacle, Discord's going for Pinnacle. I'm going for Pinnacle. I have faith in Mitch and the boys. I think they're gonna get it done.
All right, well, we are gonna have to see here, as it looks like we may have lost someone in the lobby there. So bear with us here as we get them all joined up. But yeah, it should be an absolutely great matchup here, as these guys cannot figure out how to join a lobby. Excellent work from the Titan League there, as it looks like we're gonna have to remake, but hey, it happens sometimes.
Yeah,
so,
good at Rocket League, not good at joining.
yeah,
It's okay.
It happens. But it wouldn't be a Nemesis stream if there wasn't someone that couldn't struggle to join the lobby. So actually, we're gonna fix this as well. Actually, back out of that one as well, Flip, and we'll remake it. We'll remake it again here and get things all set up and ready to go. So we do this.
We're just keeping them on their toes.
You
Keep
know,
them nice.
yeah. You got to keep them on their toes. You never know what you're gonna get here. So, let's go.
Nah, the first game is gonna be rough. I'm telling you right now, the first game is gonna be rough. Like, because we were sitting in that lobby for a minute. We got that first game, and it was kind of rough for us. Like, just the gameplay. So.
Well, I mean,
you just sit there,
They are Titan players after all. I mean, to be honest, they probably just wake up, join the Rocket League lobby, and then just like clip on some kids. So
yeah, you're right.
It does
they're
happen.
probably doing their sleep. They don't need warm up games. They don't need any of that. So they're probably just gonna get right to triple flip resetting on everybody's heads. I think Mitch will be the one to triple flip reset, if anybody. Actually, I have no idea who's the most mechanical here, but I know Mitch, so I think Mitch. I expect good things out of him.
He's pretty mechanical. Brandon's pretty solid player as well, making his return to Nemesis this season. I was happy to get him and Mitch number 1 and number 2 overall in the Titan League draft. So we made some work there. And while we're waiting for everyone to join back, a couple quick shout outs. Shout out to Blazing Biscuit, coming back for 39 months right there with the resub. That is a lot of months. How many months is that? Is that 3 years? 3.5 almost ish, somewhere around there. So shout out to Blazing Biscuit. Also shout out to Ena's, otherwise known as Shun backwards, with the 5-month sub. Shout out Shun. Thank you for the sub there as well. And shout out to you guys in the chat for hanging with us. We're just dealing with some lobby issues. The Titans, they're a little picky here with how they want to get things going here, but
Darkness mod reset.
Yeah, but while we're waiting here, I guess we could talk a little bit about the rosters. We mentioned Brandon, Mitch, and then Pinnacle's third, Literal Betu, and then on the Grandmaster's side, Nuggy, Deluxe, and Drax/Case. Looks like Case will be in today here. So
yeah, Nuggy and Deluxe I know. Deluxe is 1866 on sheets. He is much better than 1866. That is a fact. I'm pretty sure he's hit higher than that in the past. But so these there's the two really good players, and then there's the 1700, the 1800 that kind of just sits back and lets the other two cook. So we will find out who is going to take it here, Rockerman. We have orange. In the orange we have the Pinnacle, and in the blue we have the Grandmasters. And already, Blue's Grandmasters looking to score early. Deluxe not able to find contact, and getting away with a pretty open net in the beginning there. Like I said, the might be a little rough in the beginning, and we've already seen one kind of open net whiff to Brandon, though, trying to get something going. Oh, he has no boost on the ceiling. Mitch now, he gets demoed for his effort. Nuggy trying to find his way past, and nothing coming to fruition so far, but this could be an opportunity. Brandon decides to leave it for Mitch. Mitch going to the air, but Case is next up. Oh my gosh, Nuggy is the one to miss the ball, and Case continues it. Rocketman, we have some early action, but nobody scored so far.
Yeah, no one quite able to make it through here as we're about a minute in, but a lot of times these teams in Titan League, you got to feel each other out, especially on stream. The first game is often a feeler game, so both these teams trying to work things out, and as we mentioned, a lot of time it's about getting that warm up in. A lot of players just hop on Rocket League, and usually they're pretty good, but sometimes it takes a little warm up game to kind of get things back to where they normally are. As Deluxe was looking for something there, and Brandon is a little bit awkward there, can't quite make the touch, but it's going to be sent off to the side. And yeah, we're going to have to see here what these two teams can bring to the table. Obviously, both very, very good seasons and some very great players. Here comes a shot, just going to go a little bit wide, but Mitch is going to be able to clear that one away.
Yeah, Case had a really nice pass as well. Case is playing really well, and so was Deluxe. Nuggy, I think Nuggy's had like 3 demos already. And so this team, they're already doing what they want to do. Case, though, not able to find the corner of the net there. But, man, this Grandmaster team is looking really solid.
Yeah, they really are, and we're going to have to see who is going to be the first one to break through. We saw it in the first game of the night, or first match of the night, excuse me, and the first game, where it took a while for anyone to break through. A lot of time, take some icebreakers, got to break it through, but no one able to work through just yet. Is Nuggy looking for something crazy there, but Robertu gonna bang it down. Brandon, oh my goodness, he is pre-jumping the heck out of that ball as he's able to clear it off to the side. This ball sent up to the backboard. Grandmaster is trying to find a read here. Touch comes through, able to send it down as Case gonna look to take control. Brandon on the 50, ball pops up. Mitch gonna send it high off the backboard. Nuggy all alone there in net. Robertu not quite gonna go for it yet. Looking for some boost in that tank. There's this ball floating up in the midfield. Here comes a dive from Mitch, but can't quite make it happen. And Brandon on the flip reset, but Case gonna shut it down. And we're about 3 minutes in here, Flip. Both these teams looking for that first goal. It's a huge save on the goal line. Deluxe coming through big to keep the score now at zeros.
Yeah, that was a really good offensive stand there for the Pinnacle, but both these teams have had really good offensive performances, but the defense has held strong for both of them. Maybe the shots just aren't falling where they want to, or maybe the defense is playing really well. We will have to continue to watch and find out which one takes more precedence here. But I think the offense is going to start coming to life whenever this first goal gets scored.
Yeah, and you got to expect offense from these players. I mean, there are a lot of great players in the Titan League, and many in this very lobby here. And actually, we got Brandon, who leads Titan League in shots per game. The man is averaging almost 4.5 shots a game. So if you're expecting offense on this Pinnacle side, you got to look to Brandon here. And on the other end, you got Nuggy, who's been absolutely insane this season. Got a Player of the Week award already and has the best player rating in all of Titan League. So those two could be the offensive leaders here, as Pinnacle looking for something on the offensive end, but not quite able to make it happen. Mitch up in the air, trying to get a pass down to Lil Robertu, but not quite going to work. As Brandon now taking it up, going to try to get it over Nuggy, but that one denied away. Another pop to the backboard. No one up quite yet. Deluxe a little bit slow to it. Mitch going to get it by. Can he pinch it up middle? It's going to be sent high, but that one just a little bit too far. And now we're under a minute here, Flip. And both these two teams, they are locking down on the defensive end. Just nothing is getting through them. And, you know, this is what you'd be expecting from two undefeated teams, not giving an inch.
Yeah, but right now it looks like the Pinnacle are trying to push their way through, but they've only had 3 shots this entire game. And the offense from the Grandmaster has been much more exciting. That one barely getting saved away by Brandon, though. Oh, but that's a really good shot. But Brandon gets another great save. Only 15 seconds remaining, Rocker Man. Who is going to take it? Are we going to go to overtime? 10 seconds remaining. That's a shot from Deluxe. Mitch makes the save. And with that, that's probably going to do it. Unless Pinnacle has some offense right here. Brandon trying to find something mid, but that one just goes the long way. Laura Beto might just drop it, and he does. But, man, that's an exciting regular duration, but overtime is going to be even crazier.
Yeah, that one a little bit crazy there. Both these teams looking for something, and speaking of looking for something, here comes Nuggy, but not quite going to find it. And yeah, Mitch picking up that savior medal at the very end, just when he thought Grandmasters might break through. Not quite able to, as a huge demo might open up some space. A little bit of a double commit could lead to something, a shot on net, but Betu going to get to the side for the moment, as Deluxe, former MVP in the Titan League, going to try to get it over. Mitch is up, looking for a bang out in the midfield. Robertu going to send it to the side. This ball blocked up high. Nuggy on this ball. A little pinch comes through. It's sent back in the Pinnacle zone. Brandon on the wall here, looking to take control, trying to get it over. Over Deluxe there. Sending it down in midfield, hunting for that boost, trying to find that steal, but couldn't quite get it as a dunk attempt comes through. Pinnacle trying to break through. This ball popped up high. Lower Betu send it high to the backboard. Nuggy a little bit awkward there. 2 people flying through. Brandon up the lower. Betu puts the dagger in, and Pinnacle take it in OT.
Wow, what a pass here. A good read there from Nuggy, but man, Brandon electing for the pass instead of the shots there is really what got them that goal. Deluxe ready for any shot, but man, the selfless play gets them the win in game number 1, and an exciting game number 1 it was.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those game ones where it was close all the way through. Both these teams really kind of putting a battle on the net there. And I mean, man, what a first game. It was one of those ones where, I mean, looking at the scoreboard, Grandmasters had a lot more shots, but Pinnacle, it just seemed like any time flip that there was an opportunity on net, they just locked down on the defensive end, and, you know, they were able to finally be the ones to break through.
Yeah, honestly, I thought Grandmasters were going to take this game just because of how many, like the volume of shots that they were, accumulating. But it seemed like you said, Pinnacle had an answer for every single thing they did. A couple scary ones, but it did not matter to Brandon, to Mitch, to Roberto. He's all of them. They're all performing extremely well on the defensive end, and on the offensive side, they got it done when they needed to. They only had like 6 shots, and that's all they needed apparently, because they were able to score the only goal of the match,
Yeah.
1-0. It's not a scoreline you see that often in Titan.
No, you don't. And I mean, a lot of times in these Rocket League matches, it gets up there a little bit. And, you know, in this one, the defense held strong for both these two teams. And all it took was, you know, one nice little play. The Grandmaster is maybe a little out of position, but, you know, maybe a better passing play from Brandon to Lil Robetu. And they take the win. So are we in for more of the same here heading into game 2? We'll see another deadlock between these two Titan League teams here, both undefeated heading into tonight. And that one, first game loss here for Grandmasters. That'll be their 3rd game loss of the season only, and they're gonna have to try to bounce back here. So we're heading into game number 2 as this ball off to the side. Case gonna pop it up high. Brandon taking it to the side, finding a pinch, able to take control, looking for a shot, trying to get a middle. Mitch waiting there, but Deluxe on the defensive end gonna set that one away. This one's sent back. And, you know, I know we talked about how close that game was, Flip. You know, Pinnacle able to squeak out the win. But did you see anything in specific that the Grandmasters did well that they might be able to repeat to try to give themselves a game 2 victory here?
A lot of demos were coming out from Nuggy, and a lot of offense coming out from Deluxe and Case. That's kind of how their offense was forming. Obviously, it didn't allude to a goal ever, but that was the correct formula. They created so much pressure, like Pinnacle is doing now. But with all that pressure, you got to score eventually, right? And so I think they continue with the demos. They will definitely have a shot here. Oh, or Deluxe can absolutely slot it in the top left corner. That was a perfect shot.
Yeah, and just as you asked for it, here comes Deluxe. We mentioned former MVP. Look at that placement, and Brandon doing everything he can to get up to that ball. But, you know, that's what happened. Like you mentioned, with all those shots, eventually they have to find the back of the net. And that one does there for the Grandmasters, who find their first goal of the series, the first lead here of the series, as they look to try to tie things up in game number 2. As this ball popped up, Mitch trying to take it across here. It's sent up high, Robetu and Nuggy going after it. Mitch gonna take it back to the corner, gonna pop it up. Deluxe up to stop that one, gonna find a flip, try to stay with it. Looking to find that 50, but running out of boost is Brandon. Gonna take that one, pinch it all the way down. It's just Nuggy there. A 2-on-1 could be dangerous. Robetu with an insane pinch, but Mitch, and I don't think anybody was quite ready for that one, as it goes aimlessly to the side there. And Robetu has to get that one on the last line of defense. As Case on this one, passing on the midfield. Brandon taking it up high. This ball sent down. Just Deluxe there, feathering the boost, able to get it off to the corner. As a demo trade comes through. This ball sent towards the net. Brandon looking for the dunk, trying to find it through, and it's going to work out. Brandon gets the goals. He dunks the defense out.
Yeah, really good play there from Brandon to stick with it, but also very unfortunate that ball landed right in front of Nuggy. So if you're Grandmasters, that's not the way that you want this game to be tied up, but you cannot let that one shake you. You have to just kind of pick yourself back up and go at it again, because that was a very unlucky goal in their end, but a really good play on Brandon's part as well.
Yeah, it was to find the dunk there, and Nuggy maybe just got caught up a little bit too close trying to get to that back post there. But Grandmasters gonna have to look to regain as we approach the halfway point here of game number 2. This ball sent down towards the net. A little bit of miss comes through. A huge demo. Can he get back on net? Oh no! Brandon trying to read it. Case gonna try to slot it through, but oh my goodness, chaos on the goal line, and somehow Pinnacle is gonna walk away unscathed.
What did I just see, Rocker Man? I saw like 3 was from Brandon, a couple, an open net, and yeah, that was chaos, like you said. But Grandmasters, you gotta score that one. You know, you got unlucky with a goal. You had an open net. You had to make it up right there. But instead, it stays tied with 2 minutes remaining.
Yeah, that one a little bit crazy. I mean, with the way this game was going in the defense, you would have expected that one to be scored 100% of the time. But, you know, maybe both these teams just really not expecting the whiffs. Maybe some of the nerves coming through with this being a high-octane game, high pressure here. And it could mean a lot for the seeding come the end of the season, as this is the only time these two teams will meet in the regular season. So they're trying to assert themselves here and keep the chase for 18-0, which has only been done once in Nemesis history by the Krakens, and actually by Mitch here. He was part of that Krakens team a couple seasons ago that went undefeated. He's trying to repeat that same feat here. As we're down to a minute 20 here. Grandmaster's looking for the shot, and Deluxe, he's going to place it right on net. And he's going to give the Grandmasters the lead right back.
Yeah, really good job there from Case, just by beating the last man, and that's all he had to do. Deluxe, he's a shooter. He can place them when you need him to. That one was kind of an easy shot for him. That was a run-of-the-mill kind of shot for Deluxe, and he will score those 9 times out of 10. And now they take the lead there. Deluxe's second goal of the series as well. And the Grandmasters, in my opinion, are looking really strong this game.
Yeah, they are looking strong, getting a lot of good shots. This net wide open. Robetu's gonna have to make a miracle. Touches Nuggy. Oh no, the net was open. Another shot comes through, and that one is gonna slot in. Deluxe with the Hattie.
Yeah, you know, that was a actual really good pass there from Nuggy. You know, that's all. He just wanted Deluxe to get the hat trick. He's just a team player like that.
Of course. You saw him go for the highlight reel shot, but it wasn't quite meant to be off the ceiling. But Deluxe makes it work anyways, as Nuggy here trying to take it down the pitch. As now the Grandmasters find themselves in a 3-1 lead, which the way these first 2 games have gone may seem a little bit insurmountable here. Pinnacle, they're going to give it their best effort here as Brandon puts one in, and now they're back within 1.
Yeah, really good job here from Pinnacle to like keep the game close, and a really good beat by Brandon as well to make sure that he sticks to that near post. But overall, that's a really good play. But I mean, it's been Brandon on offense, and that's pretty much been it. He has 5 shots. His 2 teammates have 2 combined. It's just not enough offense, in my opinion. Case almost scored for the Grandmasters there, but unfortunately that one hit the crossbar. And with 30 seconds remaining, Rocker Man, Grandmasters are looking to score again. Wow, what a double!
Oh my goodness, and there is Nuggy. This is why he's the highest rated player in the Titan League there. I mean, look at the shot, finding that angle. Mitch on the backboard, Brandon on that back post, but the shot just too quick to handle there as it bounces off the car and into the back of the net. And with 20 seconds left, Grandmasters surely could hang on to this one. Mitch going to try to make something happen as this ball sent down. Case just trying to keep the pressure. They know the time is the biggest factor here for Pinnacles. This ball popped up to Pinnacle offenders going all in, trying to make something happen here, but this ball is just going to be cleared away. And with 10 seconds left, they need a goal with time remaining if they're going to want a chance. But Grandmasters, they're parking the bus there, getting that clear, and that is going to do it there for this game number 2. We have ourselves a series tied at 1-1 here, with the Grandmasters taking this win.
Yeah, really good job here by Deluxe and Nuggy. I mean, Case did his thing. He got 2 assists, but I mean, this was Deluxe and Nuggy just showing why they are 2 of the best players in all of Titan. And I mean, Pinnacle, they tried to put up a good front, but man, it just was not good enough. The offense there, you know, it was 1-0 in game 1, Rockerman, and now it's 4-2. So complete turn on its head for the series here. And I expect a lot more high-scoring games from now on. I think they're a little bit warmed up now.
Yeah, they might be a little bit warmed up now. And yeah, you saw Deluxe. I mean, 3 goals, 5 saves there. I mean, just an insane performance from Deluxe to will his team to that victory in that game number 2 and tied it up. And that one, honestly, you know, pretty close, all things considered, on the scoreboard. But the Grandmasters had that early lead, and they stuck to it there, as we're going to be heading into game number 3 here, with the series all tied up at 1 apiece. And this one so crucial here, Flip, as whoever takes this one going to put themselves on match point here and 1 game closer to staying perfect on the season.
Yeah, you know, as long as they don't lose like 5-0 or anything, they should be fine, whatever team it is. But instead, we gotta I think Grandmasters they've been looking better, especially in that game number 2. But Pinnacle, they're already starting to create some pressure here. Mitch and Brandon, the two players that I really need. Brandon had played well that last game, but Mitch, I feel like, needs to kind of step up with his mechanics. Got to be that difference maker on offense. Brandon trying to be that guy there, but not going to find anything. But yeah, Pinnacle, they're looking good, starting out on offense, but the defense of the Grandmasters clears everything away so far.
Yeah, and the defenses from both these sides were pretty solid for the most part here. We saw a little bit more from the Grandmasters defense in these first 2 games, but Pinnacle gonna try to make something happen. Lure bet to find the demo. He's hunting again. Deluxe spawns on that side. The ball lofted up, but a huge save comes through as trying to find those demos. Looking for this angle is Mitch. He almost had it there, but just denied. As this ball popped up, Case looking to take it down. Staying mechanical. Mainstay in Nemesis, Case, for a long time here. Been around, I believe, since season 1, and really making a name for himself here in this Titan squad as they're undefeated. Here comes Mitch, looking for those mechanics and finding the placement. You ask and you shall receive. He put their home.
Yeah, I mean, Mitch completely across his body. Like, I thought he was going to shoot this to the left side. No, he just completely flips it around. And Case was looking lost because that was a crazy shot there from Mitch. I don't know how he got so much power on it and the perfect placement. Really well done there by Pinnacle.
Yeah, really well done there. And Lower Betu one-on-one. Gonna take it the distance there. The kickoff goal executed to perfection.
Yeah, and Case last back again. This time, on kickoffs, you don't want to turn up. Like, if you're that man going for the boost, you always want to turn back to your net to try to prevent goals like that, because Case was just a little too out of position. And, able to capitalize is Lower Betu. And now we got to see if the Grandmasters can answer back. Or will this be the Pinnacle all the way through here? We will find out. Not able to get the clear there, though. And Grandmasters, they're already looking to pounce on some offense.
Yeah, they are. And you give them an opportunity, they will battle back. We saw it in that last game as here comes an attempt. Nuggy getting mechanical with it as a demo comes through, opening up some space. Pinnacle looking for something. Here comes Mitch just banging it towards the net. Clear comes off the backboard, but it's right at Brandon. Case. Not a lot of boost. Here comes Mitch looking for the angle. Nuggy gonna make a huge save. The Grandmasters on the defensive end, showing why they're undefeated so far this season as they lock it down yet again. So there's one gonna be flicked up high. Nuggy chasing it off the backboard. This one dropped down, trying to find that read his Case, but not quite gonna go. And honestly, Flip, I'm loving this series so far. These guys are so mechanical. That you can just see him adapt to pretty much every angle. And here comes Mitch with the banger. Any angle, you see it, you got it. They put it in 3-0.
Yeah, a double commit there, and I mean, don't get me wrong, this is not an easy shot from Mitch. Mitch has to place that perfectly, but once again, it's Case last back, and I feel like it's not every single time Case is last back that they get scored on, but he's been the common denominator for that so far. But man, Mitch, I said he needs to step up, and he has. That man already has 2 goals, already has 400 points. He is looking really good this game. But, I thought the Grandmasters were going to score one right there. The Grandmasters, they need an answer here. There's still half the game remaining.
Yeah, there is a lot of time for them, but they got to be careful here. Nuggy, a demo comes through. The shot, Little Betu putting it in, and Mitch leads another goal through for Pinnacle. The pass and the demo opens up the space.
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. I think I've seen four demos so far from Pinnacle. And every single one, that one was a lot more impactful, like immediate. But the other ones were either to create some space, alleviate some pressure, or give a player some time. But all of their demos so far have been very impactful. Maybe not immediately, but they allow Pinnacle to just create so much offense. And this game, they are using them to perfection so far. Only allowing 2 shots from the Grandmaster. I lied, allowing 4 shots from the Grandmasters. One was ended up being a pass, but Nuggy able to finish that one away. A really good pass there from Case, though.
Oh my goodness, and Case almost hit that angle, and Brandon just not quite ready to get to that near post with that ball dropping down, but Nuggy was all over that one. I thought for a second there that Case was going to hit that shot. I mean, Case is just, like I mentioned, been in Nemesis for so long, been part of so many memorable moments. Is Brandon trying to find the dunk through, but it's going to go off to the side, and yeah, Case matching up with these 2 high-tier players in Nuggy and Deluxe, and for the most part performing very well. This one dropping down, opportunity off the backboard. Little Betu looking for the shot, but denied by Case on the defense again. As we're down to a minute and a half, Pinnacle holding on 4-1 now with the lead here. As Brandon gonna send it out, trying to find that dunk, gonna drop it down. Mitch on the dribble as chaos in the midfield. Misses coming through here, and an opportunity is a pass out to Deluxe, trying to find the hook shot, looking for the demo, but Brandon, he survives the bump, able to just get it away. And the Grandmasters, a great attempt, but even better avoidance from Brandon.
Yeah, no, that was just a great solo play there from Brandon. I mean, on the defensive end, avoiding the bump and getting the save, really well done there. And that kind of, keeps his team, I wouldn't say alive, but, in charge of the game. Because conceding a goal, going, with a minute left, it gives the other team hope. But Brandon shut all chances down there for the Grandmasters, and now they got to fight their way back. Scoring 3 goals in the next 45 seconds, Rocker Man, I don't think they can do it.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, and with the way goals have come in this series, they have come at a premium. And here comes Brandon. Oh, no, he can't put it in. Wait, it's on the goal line. No, not quite. Brandon can't put it home. Thought he was going to slot that one through, but, a rare miss there from Brandon, as that one just an inch away from sliding through. But they still hold on to their 4-1 lead here, looking to send it to Game 4 on Forbidden Temple, hunting for that win as Deluxe sends it down. This ball going to be popped up. Case trying to deny it. This ball in the midfield. Nuggy looking to find a 50 through. Going to find a good block. Looking to stay with it. As that one sent to the corner, popped out. But the time ticking away here as that ball touches the ground, and Pinnacle hold on to win Game 3. And a solid performance. So these two teams, they are trading these wins here. Flip back and forth. Pinnacle winning Game 1. Grandmasters coming back Game 2, then Pinnacle into Game 3, and if that continues, could be heading to that all-coveted Game 5 here.
Yeah, I know, it was kind of blow for blow here, but man, Case had 4 saves, and I feel like he could have had more. I mentioned that a lot of the goals were whenever Case was last back, but I think it's because Deluxe and Nuggy, we saw a couple double commits from them, and you're leaving, I wouldn't say your worst player, but your lowest MMR player at least, last back, and they did it consistently. And Case, they got punished for it. So if you're Grandmasters, you gotta let Nuggy play that third man role, and let him demo, but let him get back. I know he's mechanical, but Deluxe was shooting really well. Case was performing really well on offense. And so I think you got to let those two players do what they need to do. And I think Nuggy needs to be that solid third man if they want to win this game number 4.
Hey, I'm going to go kind of along your lines here, but I need to see Deluxe again. I mean, this man, he actually used to be on Pinnacle. Crazy story with Deluxe here. Used to be on Grandmasters, I believe it was Season 5, won that MVP, went over to Pinnacle, and now he's back on the Grandmasters here in Season 9. But last game, I think the game before, he had around like 700 or 800 points, and last game he only had 88. So I need to see more from Deluxe here. This man is a former MVP, definitely one of the best players in the Titan League. If the Grandmasters are going to come back, I need to see Deluxe step up big here, and we'll see if he can do that here as we're into Game 4, Forbidden Temple. Will we see some craziness in the battle between two of the last undefeated teams? Here goes Mitch looking for that angle, but just going to be a little bit wide. This ball popped up. Brandon finding a 50 in the midfield. That one not quite able to connect is Mitch. This ball sent over to the corner. Robertu gonna take up to this one. Finding a touch. He's by one off the ceiling. Gonna leave it for Mitch off the corner. Mitch looking to find this angle, but that ball only gonna be cleared away. These two teams locking it down here in the first minute. Is this one an opportunity? The net is open. Deluxe, can he get back to it? No, he can't. He puts it off to the side. It was another open net, but that one a tough angle to try to get through, and we stay tied at 0-0.
Yeah, maybe not for long, though. Pinnacle looking to strike, but man, that was a premium opportunity for Deluxe. And Deluxe, earlier we saw him slotting everything, but now he can't even hit an open net. And, sometimes, Rocker Man, those are the hardest to hit, so I can respect it. But that was a wasted opportunity for sure by the Grandmasters. And, getting the lead early would have been nice, but instead it looks like Pinnacle are about to get the lead early as Loro Beto down to Brandon. And, they score quick.
Yeah, they do. And you see Case just, I think, got caught a little bit on that one. Wasn't sure if the touch was going to come through. I think just a little bit out of position on that third man spot. And Pinnacle, it seems like they've had those rotations on lock ever since that game number 2. They've had it locked on here and able to find that goal and give themselves the lead here. And now the pressure flips solely on the Grandmaster's shoulders here, trying to remain undefeated. They're going to need to at least find 2 goals here in this game.
Yeah, they gotta find 2 goals if they want to at least, win this one. But the way Pinnacle has been scoring, I think they're gonna need more than that. Oh, but Case, he's trying to get this team started. He gets a nice double. Mitch is last back. Deluxe trying to find somebody mid. Nuggy not there in time. I should just play to the corner. But yeah, I mean, I think the Grandmasters, they've looked good, but I don't think they are gonna outscore Pinnacle with how well Pinnacle is performing right now.
Yeah, they seem to have things on lock, but you never know as here comes Nuggy dropping it down to Deluxe. What a play and what a shot by Deluxe. Oh my goodness, Grandmasters tie it up.
That's on me. I didn't know you had that in you, Nuggy. That's on me. My fault. That was a crazy pass. Absolutely perfect, too. Like, it was past the outstretched hand of Brandon and Mitch. And Deluxe slotted it perfectly back post. Yeah, so, well done there by Grandmasters. Able to tie this game up. Still half the game remaining, though, so we will see who's able to take charge in this next half. And Pinnacle, they're looking to strike first.
Yeah, they are here, and they got that first goal, but the Grandmasters, the highlight reel play, and that does give you some momentum here in this one. Knowing your backs are against the wall in this series. One loss here, and your perfect season is over. The pressure is definitely on as Mitch taking up to the sidewall, trying to drop it down off the ceiling, looking to find a foul. Oh my goodness, Mitch, what is that angle?
What is this read, Mitch? What do you want? This hits like the perfect like bounce off the ceiling past Deluxe, and Mitch said, "Okay, it's mine now." And Mick, one mistake on the backboard, and they're gonna punish you. And Mitch punishes immediately with a nice double. That was a crazy read there from Mitch, and now Grandmasters. Like I said, I wasn't sure 2 was gonna be enough. Now they gotta score 2 again. That was almost an opportunity there, but nothing coming out of it. And Rocker Man, the clock is against him. And the Pinnacle team, they're not looking to take their foot off the pedal at all.
No, they're trying to keep that pressure up to its fullest extent. Here is, oh my goodness, a huge mistake, but Robetti on the goal line. Solid save there to keep it away. I thought Brandon got a little bit too far out as, oh my goodness, what is this pass? Mitch is up there, finding the dunk, dropping down, but the Grandmaster is going to clear it away. And yeah, you did mention that clock. It is against them. This ball dangerous. Robetti again on the goal line. Oh my goodness. Pinnacle is trying to lock it down, but Grandmasters, they are doing everything in their power here. With about a minute remaining, they need a goal to tie things up and try to force overtime at least. Deluxe looking out on the sidewall, but that one, Mitch is all over it. He is not letting him get any momentum here as Nuggy on the sidewall. Grandmaster's really looking for these passes. This ball popped up over one. Here comes Case looking for the shot off the backboard, but Deluxe is getting hunted down by Robetu. And this ball shot at net. Mitch is going to have to make a save, but still dangerous. Here comes Case with the shot, but Brandon locks it down, and Grandmasters had a huge opportunity but couldn't slide through right there.
Yeah, it sucks because they had so many good chances, but everything got saved there by Pinnacle, and now they got to see if this one will sneak in. Oh my gosh, Robetu barely saved it off the post. Rocker Man, this Pinnacle defense is absolutely peaking.
No!
Oh my gosh, never mind. They let the easiest one by. What just happened?
Oh my goodness, Robetu making insane saves. A demo comes through. Brandon, a mistouch, and Deluxe gets bumped into the ball. Absolutely chaos on Forbidden Temple. And oh my goodness, that is the most Forbidden Temple thing I've ever seen there. With that one is, my goodness. You play great defense, you make an insane save, and then that one happens there, and the Grandmasters, they have tied it up here in Game 4, looking to force this Game 5 with time ticking down. But Pinnacle needs one to put the series away. A demo comes through, looking for this angle off the backboard, but Pinnacle not willing to commit so far. There's a time ticking down in regulation. The next goal will win it. Brandon puts it up, trying to stay with it, trying to pop it, but it's dead flip. We have got overtime, a crazy game, and are we in for another crazy ending?
If you're down 2-1 and you're in overtime in Game 4, you gotta lose. It just has to happen. Trust me, I would know. So I think Pinnacle wins it here. Brandon trying to be the one to do it. Deluxe makes the pre-jump save, though. I thought Brandon was going to hit the nastiest shot of his career.
He could have, as Mitch looking for the fake. It's set up, but a block comes through. Deluxe just enough there as this ball high off the backboard. This Pinnacle trying to keep the pressure on Brandon. Throws it up high, but this ball cleared away. Mitch waiting back in good position, setting this one up, trying to find the bump, but Case just enough to avoid it as Nuggy sends it down. Brandon off the ceiling, finding a touch off the backboard. Is there a follow? Pinnacle trying to send it away, but Nuggy on the goal line. Another huge save comes through as Grandmasters fighting for their undefeated lives here. as they save that one away, and a minute gone by, some absolute chaos there, Flip, as Grandmasters somehow hold on there and avoid a goal from Pinnacle.
Yeah, it's not over yet though. Mitch is trying to dribble through the whole team, and Brandon trying to find the shot. Man, this Pinnacle team has put on so much pressure in this overtime alone. I don't think I've seen the orange side of the field. Maybe we're in there now. Just a little bit. Maybe not for long though. Roberto trying to get it out, and Brandon's there. And man, like I said, this blue side of the field, they've been comfortable down here for sure.
Yeah, they have been locking it in as this one off the backboard, but again, Pinnacle not willing to commit. Brandon on the goal line, gonna pop this one up, gotta feather that boost just enough there. It's a 50 comes through. Nuggy, Roberto sending it down. The net is open. Mitch, can he get back to it? But Case on the goal line, able to lock it down just enough as that third man. As this one sent back in the Pinnacle zone. Roberto up to Brandon for the shot, but Grandmasters double commit. Can they recover this one off the ceiling? A great pass, but not quite ready is Pinnacle. As Case dribbling it out. Case sending it down. Can they get back? Mitch does just in time. Here goes Brandon off the ceiling. Oh my goodness, he hits it. The dagger, and Pinnacle wins.
Oh my god, what a read from Brandon. Deluxe barely doesn't touch it, and Brandon takes full advantage. Oh my gosh, what a shot there, and what a pass as well. Oh, that was beautiful.
Oh my gosh. I mean, what a series, Flip. It doesn't go to 5, but we get everything that we could have asked for there between these two teams. I mean, Pinnacle and Grandmasters, they showed everyone why these are two of the best teams in Titan League, and Pinnacle, they survive in an absolute thriller of a series. And man, Flip, if that's what we're seeing here in the regular season between these two teams, there's still another undefeated team out there in the Dragons in the Titan League. So, I mean, with the way these teams are looking, man, we could have just seen a finals preview right there.
Yeah, if these two teams keep playing like that, I mean, against any other Titan team, I think Grandmasters win that. Like, with how well they were playing, they played extremely well. But Pinnacle, man, the offense was just too much for the Grandmasters to handle, and I'm not surprised because Brandon and Mitch had a kind of a soft game in game number 2, but other than that man was on top of everything 24/7. Like, he was everywhere that he needed to be. The mechanics, it was all there. And honestly, Rocket Man, I think we just saw the pinnacle of Pinnacle's play 100%.
Yeah, they were playing insanely well. It seemed like it took them a second to warm up, but man, I mean, we've seen some scary Titan teams, and honestly, these two Titan teams probably could compete with some of the best we've seen in Nemesis history, if I'm completely honest. With the way they were playing here, I mean, so fast, so pass oriented. They found each other. They insane saves on the defensive end. I mean, man, they put on a performance. And Pinnacle, they are going to be the ones staying at 8-0, looking to keep that undefeated season rolling. So congratulations to them. But man, 2 crazy matches between top teams to start things off, and we still got one more on the road coming up next. We have Flurry taking on Wyverns in an insane prospect league. A insane prospect league where these two teams, there is a deadlock in the prospect league. There are 10 teams in prospect league sandwiched up in the middle there, only separated by 1 match here on this one. 4-3 and 3-4 teams are they're stacking up in the prospect league. It's insane. And we got 2 of these teams coming up next here, Flurry versus Wyverns. It's going to be another good one here. So make sure you guys stick around, and we'll see you guys in a few.
Oh, it's me. Oh, I did not know I was entering. Anyway, hey guys, welcome back to Nemesis. We are here with our final matchup of the night, and we had two top teams, or sorry, four top teams going at each other today. Rocker Man, these guys, the middle of the pack, like you said, but Prospect, everybody's middle of the pack. It feels like so. Two teams that are trying to claw their way out of the hole that is 4-3 and 3-4. They're trying to separate themselves. So we have the Wyverns versus Flurry, and it's gonna be a good matchup. It's gonna be a dogfight.
Yeah, this one should be interesting. I mean, the entirety of Prospect, we kind of referenced it a little bit, but the entirety of Prospect is in a dogfight. You got Banshees and Wyverns. They're at the 5 and 6 seed right now, but you go all the way down to the 14 seed. They're only separated by one game. So Banshees are 4 and 3 at the 5 seed, and Ember is 3 and 4 at the 14 seed. So it is just like a dead heat in the middle of the Prospect League, and these are the matches. Like we referenced earlier in the last match, you only play these teams once in the regular season, so it's very important to get this win, get that tiebreaker going for your team, and set yourself up for postseason success.
Yeah, and Flurry and Wyverns are two teams that definitely can make playoffs. I mean, both 4 and 3, both looking really good. But they're on opposite ends of the conference. But this is not only confidence, but like this is separation. Like I said, I mean, if you look at the game records, the Wyverns are 15 and 11, but the Flurry are 15 and 15. So they've lost just as many games as they've won. So this tells me that they go to Game 5 a lot, or they get swept, or they sweep. It's just they are consistent. I don't know if it's consistently good, consistently bad. We'll find out. So
That's the
but,
Prospect League.
Yeah, that is Prospect pretty much. But one thing to note: the Wyverns, they don't have Rilo, so I'm gonna be interested to see how this Wyverns team starts this game out. Jonesy, though, the one player I don't know on this team, I've heard is pretty solid, so we will see if he's able to do what Rilo couldn't and win. Now we will see the Wyverns here starting out on offense. A good clear there from Staw. Stawify was a provisional player last season, Rocker Man, so already making the jump up to Prospect. So he has made one of the biggest jumps in all of Nemesis. Flashy trying to find a pass mid. Stawify with another save. Already having 2 saves on the game. 30 seconds in, the Wyverns have been the ones with the pressure, but Rooney trying to start out his pressure here. A good save there from Flashy. But maybe it's now the Flurry's turn to score, or at least to have an offensive opportunity. But Jonesy, trying to get the clear immediately. But both these teams, they're looking to take possession and take control early. Rooney looking for a double. Barely saved away, though. But that was the first really good look we've seen at net.
Yeah, both these teams, they're both kind of playing with a sub here. I wanted to mention that Flurry don't have Aiden to start this one. He may be coming in a little bit in the middle of the series here, so definitely watch out for that as things go on. But yeah, Wyvern's missing Rilo. But regardless, these two teams, they're trying to take some shots, and they're looking for each other here as a passing play attempt comes through. And that one, oh my goodness, that one's going to slide away. But yeah, I'll be curious to see how the passing plays work out here. Obviously, this is Prospect League. It's not going to be a Pinnacle Grandmasters masterclass like we saw in the last one. But these two teams definitely looking like they're trying to find each other early, which is a good sign to see in the Prospect League.
Yeah, both these teams looking to find each other and not just give away possession, which I love to see. Flashy trying to find Marco right there, double dash. They get the interception though, but the clear is straight out the Stawify. Maybe a back pass there, but no, could not make contact on it. We saw a pass like that, kind of in the Titan League, but Prospect not able to pull it off. But they're going for the cool plays, not able to make it happen. That one was really close. That one barely hit the crossbar. Don't know how that became a goal scoring opportunity, but the defense from the Flurry, it stands strong, but the Wyverns offense looking good. They're looking to score here. Flashy trying to find something mid, gets a double on it. Not going to get over double dash, though. Double dash, keeping it in the air. That's a bad 50, though. That one's going to go mid. Jonesy just has to put a good shot on target. No, it's going to get saved away. Just too slow. And that one had power. That would have been a goal. That's a good touch, though. And that one is going to be the first goal of the series.
Yeah, that one finally going to find its way through. Marco going to get credit for this one. Flashy just drops it off the backboard and Stawify just a little bit too slow on that one. Marco going to beat him to it, and Wyverns keeping that pressure up, able to get that early goal and a good start to the series for them.
Yeah, really well done there by Wyverns. But man, I thought the Flurry were just going to answer right back, and they might still. No, it's going to hit the post. This one, it may be on target, but it's not fast enough. Marco's going to get the save, and what looked like almost a for sure goal turned into a double commit, and it bounced off the post, and Rocket Man, it should have been 1-1, but instead it is still 1-0 for the Wyverns. Maybe trying to make it 2-0 here. Double dash, though. A really good air dribble clear, but the pressure is not done from the Wyverns. That's not a good clear. Oh, but no bump, and the shot wasn't on target anyway. But both these teams, they're looking good on the offensive end, but the Wyverns, I feel like they're just a little bit more threatening right now.
Yeah, they are finding a little bit more pressure, a little bit more offense on their end here, and they're trying to keep it up here as this one's sent off to the side. But yeah, Fleury, they've had a couple of opportunities. We saw a really good one just a little bit ago. So Fleury, they have the capability. They just got to see if they can sustain it and take advantage of your opportunities, because sometimes, you know, when you play some really quick teams that are kind of suffocating you, you only have a couple of opportunities, and you got to make the most of them when they come.
Yeah, now we will see if Fleury will be able to score, or will the Wyverns? Jonesy with the double touch. Not only a double touch, Rooney got the save, and he still double touched on him. That was crazy.
Yeah, Jonesy just pops it up there, and that one just gonna go right down. A great read, and Jonesy stops. Couldn't believe himself there. You can see it, the amazement there. He was excited to hit that one for sure, and I mean, I props to him. That was a great shot to give the Wyverns a 2-0 lead here in this game number 1.
Yeah, really well done there. Flashy trying to make it 3-0, but the Wyverns' pressure has been kind of just overwhelming the Fleury all game. Now we will see if the... Oh, wow. If it will continue. That was a good clear, I guess, there from Jonesy. Turned into a back pass straight to Flashy. Now can the Fleury capitalize on it? That's not a good touch. Oh, but Jonesy's barely there for the save. A couple mistakes coming out here, but they're able to clean up each other up on the side of the Wyverns. Fleury now, they need to see if they can, you know, capitalize on a couple of these mistakes. They haven't done so yet, and Flashy, he's been the one kind of creating these opportunities for Marco, who is scoring them at a amazing rate.
Yeah, just locked down here on the offensive end as this one popped up, and Stallby, he's right there, but just not quite able to get up to that one. Close attempt there, but still, yeah, the Wyverns are just really putting on that offensive pressure, and, you know, Fleury just not quite able to get enough clearance to get it out of there.
Yeah, one thing to note, stop. Look,
Whoa.
I know you can wall that, but you need to start saving the ball first, okay? Then learn how to wall dash, all right? Let's get our priorities straight here, man. But hey, that was a cool mechanic. I will not lie. That's very impressive. Now, if they can start winning the series, it's even more impressive. So obviously, this game not going to go in their favor, but I want to say they look bad. I don't think they look bad. They kind of just had to like bunker down. They just made too many defensive mistakes. Their clears, they had potential, but I felt like they weren't connecting on their clears overall, Rocker Man, and it ends up with overwhelming pressure for the Wyverns and a Wyverns W.
Yeah, I mean, you see the shot department pretty much doubled them up there, 9-4 in the shot department for the Wyverns. So they really just kind of put the pressure on them. And that's what I referenced earlier, is if you're going to play this playstyle, you're going to get locked down a little bit. Sometimes that does happen in these games, but it's about, staying strong on the defensive end and getting solid clears, maintaining your boost control to escape from that pressure. And, Fleury not quite able to do that. And, also with that, you got to capitalize on your opportunities when you get them here. So, and it looks like we do have a sub in, so this could change some things too. It looks like Aiden is arriving in the lobby, going to sub in for Stallby there in this one. So, well, we're going to have to see what Aiden can do. One of the best shooters in Nemesis this season, shooting at 44% on his shots. So definitely a shooter here, and they definitely needed that. So if you wanted one thing here, Flip, from Fleury, is you want a shooter here. Is, oh my goodness, this one almost gonna find its way through, but Marco clears it away.
Yeah, Fleury, they got their shooter, and honestly, Wyverns have had their shooter here all along. Marco, #1 in goals per game, and getting 2 in that last one, trying to continue that amazing performance so far from Marco this season. Trying to find an opportunity here. That's a miss. Marco with the back pass. A good shot there from Flashy. And the Wyverns offense continues to soar.
Yeah, they just keep doing just an excellent job. You're getting the pressure. You see a nice little pass down, and Flashy all over that one. So the Wyverns, they're just communicating at a high efficiency right here. And, they know where each other are going to be on the pitch, and they're finding them every single time here. And when they do that, they're able to get their goals and another lead here early for the Wyverns.
Wyverns trying to find another one here. Flashy gets a flip reset, but it's gonna be off target. Flashy trying to pull out some mechanics, a couple flashy mechanics, if you will, but nothing coming out of it. Aiden trying to find his way out of his blue half, but because that's where they feel like they've been stuck. A backflip there from Flashy. I thought it was going to allow some, alleviated pressure, but no. Jonesy's right on it, and even more pressure here for the Wyverns. Flashy to put this one mid, though, and this should be an opportunity now for Fleury to break out, but instead, Fleury, they double commit, and it kind of ruins their offense, and yes, the ball's in the orange half, but they really don't have a lot to work with here, and a demo like that's going to clear up even more space. Wyverns, they're doing everything they need to do to create opportunities to get on offense and stay on offense, and so far, it's worked wonders for them.
Yeah, the offensive pressure, it's just been too much for Fleur to handle, and they got to break out and, like you mentioned, that one double commit, that's how you can kill your offensive pressure. You got to be communicating here, got to find those rotations. Solid is that one, a drop down, and Marco is going to follow it every day. And Marco, you mentioned that goals leader here in the Prospect League. Flashy just drops it down right for him, and Aiden just a little bit too far out to make a touch.
Really well done there from Flashy, though. Flashy, he's been kind of the distributor. I know I'm pretty sure he's like top 5 or something in assists per game. I know Rylo's like number 1 in assists per game, so they're a very high scoring team. But we're seeing it here, just how suffocating and dominating their offense can be. Marco trying to get his solo play going, trying to maybe find somebody mid. That one's just a shot though. Would have been in, but double dash there for the save. Jonesy now, last back. Does have the boost, but doesn't have a great touch on the ball. That one is dangerous, but barely saved away there from Marco. Flashy needs a touch here. He gets it. That one's still looming high over the net, though. Double dash gets beat by Jonesy, and that's going to clear all the pressure. But that was a good opportunity for Fleury. Not able to make it work. Aiden with the save, and, now they're going to see if they can start breaking out of their own half consistently and creating some pressure. They're trying to do it here, but a touch like that from Flashy is going to allow the Wyverns to stay on offense. No, actually, Fleury now. They're the ones trying to create something. They kind of have to, Rocker Man. They're down by 2. Half the game's remaining, though. Flashy, he's trying to make it down by 3, but not able to make anything out of that one. Jonesy's able to keep out the pressure. And just when I thought Fleury were looking good to, get out of their own half, they kind of got stuck there for a minute. They're out now, though. But like I said, it seems like whenever Fleury are looking kind of good, the Wyverns, they bounce right back.
Yeah, and that's the sign of a good team here. A solid team. They've been a solid team in Prospect this season. Had a couple of tough losses. Had some suspensions on their end there between a couple of these players. But they kind of got the full squad back, and they're trying to show that they're despite all of that, they are a very solid team. And thus far, they have shown that as they've just been able to keep the pressure going. And still another one where Fleury is just trying desperately to break through, but they just can't. Wyverns are just suffocating.
Yeah, one thing I want to notice, though, is that Wyverns only have 3 shots. They have 2 goals on those 3 shots, but it kind of seems like Wyverns are just using pressure to, make Fleury uncomfortable and make them kind of be out of position. And whenever they are, then they finally shoot. Like here. Yeah, that's an open net now. Oh, barely saved by Rooney. That was a great opportunity, though, because Fleury double committed because of all the Wyverns' pressure, and that was a great opportunity that comes out of it. Now, Fleury, if they want to get into this game, if they want a chance at this game and not go down 0-2 in the series, they need to score. Double dash, not able to do it. Rooney now trying to find something mid. Nobody bites, though. Nobody's mid. No second man's there. And a double commit on defense. Now, that's going to leave the ball kind of just leaving. And Marco's going to put this one high. Looking for a shot now. Oh, saved away there by Aiden. Fleury, you got to score now if you want a chance at this game. Now into the corner. Rooney trying to find something. No, he just kind of leaves it for Flashy. Flashy not able to get the clear, though. The offense is still here for Fleury. The clock is working against them. That's a pass mid, though, but nobody is there once again, Rocker Man. It seems like Fleury just don't want to have somebody mid at this point. They're passing there and passing there, but nobody is there to return these passes. And Wyverns, they've had somebody there mid all game. Jonesy's not able to find a shot there. Marco trying to find another opportunity. Maybe Jonesy not able to get the shot. Now Fleury looking for a last-ditch effort. Flashy with the clear, though, and that one's going to do it. A big clear like that, and that's going to seal the game. Wyverns are going to go up 0-2 as they win 0-2. They are looking really solid here, and like I said, suffocating. Flurry looked like they had a couple chances there, but the second man I felt like just was never in the right position.
Yeah, they are just missing something. I think you're right on that second man. They just don't have the rotations down enough here. And to drop these two games, you drop 3-0, you drop 2-0. Not only are they on the verge of getting swept here, but it's a perfect sweep attempt on the line here for the Wyverns. They have not allowed a singular goal here, and only allowed 2 shots that last game. It was kind of a low scoring affair, but still now going into this one, you got to change something up here if you're Flurry, and I think it comes with communication. There's just something off here. Someone either has to take the reins here. They got to switch something up with the players, which they might be swapping someone out here, but regardless, you got to change. You got to just change anything. Maybe just change everything, because honestly, nothing has really worked for Flurry this far. And heading into game 3, you do not want to get swept, and you do not want to get perfect swept. All this on stream, so I expect Flurry to probably come out here and come a little bit firing to start off this next game.
Yeah, I think Flurry at this point, you gotta throw the kitchen sink at him. You have nothing to lose. There's not much you can do other than just try your best to score, because you haven't been able to so far. So literally anything at this point is not a bad idea. Now we will see Double Dash starting us off with a good shot. Marco's gonna get the save though. A double commit like that though, he's gonna open the net up. Rooney, sorry, he's able to score. Rooney getting the first goal for Flurry and only 10 seconds in.
Yeah, there we go. And they just put the pressure on. He calls a double commit from the Wyverns. And, in the last games, Rooney or the second man would not have been in position to hit that one in. And this time, Rooney all over that one. He was sending in the back of the net. A great shot there to start things off. And, maybe they can start off their first sweep attempt with that one, as Double Dash could have put it in.
Yeah, that's a great way to start it off. A good kickoff. And Double Dash, he takes his time. He doesn't just immediately bang it. He makes Flashy a little awkward, puts it behind them. Really well done there. And 2 goals in 14 seconds. Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah,
To say the least.
after getting shut out in the last 2 games, that's certainly a switch around there. So hopefully for Flurry's sake, they can keep it up. Oh my gosh, that one scared me a little bit, but they're able to get it away. So hopefully for their sake, they can keep it up and keep the offense going.
Yeah, Wyverns now looking to get their offense restarted. It is very early in the game. There's plenty of time for this Wyverns offense to score, but it's also plenty of time for Flurry to keep scoring. Not able to do so there. A good clear there. Oh, Flashy's touch is going to go to the corner. Now we will see Flurry's player. First one to that ball, Aiden. Put a shot on target. Marco with the save, though. Good clear. Rooney's there. Good challenge there from Marco to keep up this pressure. Jonesy off the backboard. Flashy. Not going to have a shot, but he's going to go for a double touch. Oh, maybe. Oh, he tried to get off the backboard once again, but not able to do so. But it doesn't matter, because Jonesy's there for the recenter, and Marco's going to be there for the shot every single time. Because why? Because Marco loves to score.
He does love to score there as Jonesy sets it up high, and you got all of Flurry there, but Aiden just can't make a touch, and Marco all over that one. And yeah, that's what happens when you get suffocated a little bit and you're kind of giving the Wyverns all of this pressure. And you got to, if you're Flurry here, you did really well in the first half of this game, the first 10 seconds or so, scoring those 2 goals. You got to keep the pressure on the Wyverns. They are a mechanical team, and one way to shut down mechanics is be faster than them. So if I'm Flurry here, I'm sending the kitchen sink like you referenced earlier, and let's go all out. Let's put the pressure on them. Don't let them get their mechanics working. As speaking of mechanics, Rudy tried to dribble it down to a teammate.
Yeah, Flurry looking a lot better so far, at least this game. They have had offensive pressure, and it's been consistent. It wasn't just that 14-second, little spat of offense. No, they have continued to challenge at the midfield and get good clears. They have looked a lot better so far. Now Flurry trying to find a 3rd goal. So here, oh my, what a shot there from Rooney. I didn't even think it was on target, but Rooney finds a great angle and some great power as well.
Yeah, Rooney always finds these angles on stream. And look at that shot there, the power to find the near post. A great shot, able to put it in the back of the net, and a nice start for Flurry here as they try to call themselves back. You got to play it 1 game at a time. And 3-goal lead is a great start here. Still a lot of time, though, in this game. 3 minutes, so they got to make sure they stay locked in and don't let the Wyverns battle back.
Yeah, Wyverns, they're looking to score here. They need a goal, and they know that they go down 3-1. I feel like Wyverns should be unfazed. They have the offense to bounce back here, so we'll see if they're able to do it. Jonesy plays it down to Flashy. They find each other so well. Flashy kind of has an open net here, but he rushes his shot. I feel like if he would have taken his time, that could have been a goal. But, you know, Wyverns, they're not known for taking their time. They like to just go, go, go. And it's looking like it's going to work here. Oh my gosh, what a save. It was a great shot from Jonesy, but a better save there from Aiden. Rooney getting a save as well. Now double dash, trying to find a clear. Doesn't have the boost, though. And so Marco's going to take possession of this one. He gets bumped for his efforts. He does get a 50, though. Flashy's up, and he's definitely not reading that. Oh, and a 50 there from Rooney on Aiden. Some good old teammate 50-50s. Those are some of my favorite. Aiden's able to get the clear, though. And Fleury, you know, their defense has looked a lot better. Their offense has looked a lot better. Fleury right now, I feel like they're getting into form, Rocker Man, and if they're able to keep this up, they can definitely take us to game number 4.
Yeah, they definitely can. They've been playing solid, just kind of holding the Wyverns down here, not letting them get the shots and the pressure that they had before. Is that one a little bit of a ground pinch? Going to be sent away. And yeah, really, Fleury, they've kind of been the ones turning the table and putting the offensive pressure of their own here. On the net here is another 50 going off the backward. Flashy, awkward, but Rudy reading it there. The mechanical demon on the other end there to find that read. 4-1, and Fleury looking to bounce back and get this win here.
Yeah, just I feel like the chaos that, you know, the Wyverns like to ensue is kind of biting them in the butt right now. They just don't know who's going for the ball on defense sometimes, and while they usually have really good communication and really, like, I know they call them well, and I feel like it's been proved in their gameplay, but this game specifically looks like the Fleury, they're throwing them for a loop right now. They have looked really solid, so we will see if the Wyverns are able to bounce back in this game, because there's still plenty of time. And Flashy trying to do it with his mechanics, gets a flip reset shot, but Aiden's gets the save. Marco now trying to find something. Jonesy, no, it's off the backboard. Oh, and Flashy couldn't get there. Rooney gets the beat. Jonesy, though, tries to keep up the pressure. And while the Wyverns do try to keep up the pressure, they keep up the shots. The defense from Fleury stands strong once again. Now, they try to find maybe a pass mid here. Marco, that one's going to bounce off the sidewall awkwardly. Jonesy's not going to be the first one there, though, and Aiden's going to have a free clear down to double dash. Double dash, trying to find Rooney mid. Rooney's not able to get there, though, but a good 50 there is going to stop Flashy from getting something started. Marco's turn now. Marco gets bumped, and Fleury, every single time, they make a really good challenge on, you know, at the midfield line. They're able to keep up the pressure. A really good touchdown from Flashy is going to, you know, allow some pressure to get relieved, but it does not matter at this point, Rocker Man. This game, it has been secured for Fleury, and they've looked really good while doing it.
Yeah, they did look really solid here, and it's going to be a win for Fleury as they look to battle back for this reverse sweep. You know, for a moment there, it seemed like Wyverns were just going to run away with the series, possibly the perfect sweep there as they shut them out, but able to do just enough here to take this game win, and they're going to send it for Ben Temple with the reverse sweep hopes still alive here. So a lot of opportunity here for them if they can pop another performance like that.
Yeah, if they're able to do that, they definitely can, you know, try to reverse sweep. Wyverns looked a little down. Sorry, did I say down? They look fine. they look down in their shooting performance. I felt like their shot placement wasn't great, but they still had the opportunities. I mean, they outshot the Fleury. Sorry, they outshot the Fleury, 7-9. So it's not like their offense wasn't there, but they weren't able to keep it up consistently enough. And I felt like it was because they were just going for shot after shot. They didn't pick their shots well, and I feel like Wyverns are a team that pass more. While Jonesy did get an assist, I felt like the passing was definitely lacking in this game for sure.
Yeah, they were missing a little bit of those passing plays. But, you know, it is one game. They had the lead in this series, and, you know, heading into this game number 4, they've got an opportunity to bounce back. Just got to make sure you capitalize here and, you know, bring her back. Give yourselves a good opportunity here.
Yep, game number 4. Is it going to end in 4 like every other series has today on stream? I have a feeling it will. Fleury, they've looked fine, but Wyverns looking to bounce back here early. Not able to make contact, though. That was a free shot if he took it. But instead, it's Fleury's ball now. A good challenge there from Rooney on no boost. But he did not care. He went full in. Double dash, though. Not able to get a touch. Flashy gets a beat on another. Now it's Jonesy's turn. Jonesy's in the air. Just got to beat him. Oh, he does, and he gets a shot on target. That one's going to be off the crossbar. Flashy's going to have the shot. No, it's going to go wide. That was a good opportunity, though, from Wyverns. 30 seconds in. Now it's Aiden's turn. Aiden doesn't have the boost, though, so he's just going to try to get it over one. Not able to do so. Flashy with the clear. And Flurry able to bounce back immediately with a nice counterattack. Marco gets a save, but the Flurry offense looks to persist a little bit longer. Flashy now breaking out of his own half. And so far, both these teams looking to strike first so far, Rocker Man, but both of them have hung out on with pretty good defense.
Yeah, they've definitely hung on here, and it's all comes down to this game 4. Who is going to be able to lock in and do just enough to take this game? Will it be the Wyverns? They're looking for it as they put this one in the back, and then it's Jonesy to start things off.
Woo! Wyverns taking the first goal of the game, and so far that has meant you win the game. So, in theory, hypothetically, this should be Wyverns winning. But, well, that's why we play the game, because we don't know who's really going to win this one. Flurry definitely have looked strong so far. You give up a goal like that, you just got to bounce back. Will they bounce back, or will Wyverns continue to put on the pressure, continue to score? That one's going to be barely off target, though. Flashy's going to put this one off the backboard. Aiden gets a crucial touch there and gives his team a little bit of space, but he's going to be cut off immediately. Jonesy, he gets the flip reset. Not going to find the extra touch, though. So it's going to get cleared. Flashy's touch is not a good one, and Double Dash is going to find a shot. Marco able to get the clear, and Marco's continuing to dribble this one down the field, trying to find somebody mid, but Rooney's able to get the save. Jonesy's going to try to find a double here, not able to do so off the corner, and now it's Aiden versus Marco in a one-on-one. Aiden's maybe trying to find something mid, but Marco gets it past him. A really good touch there from Marco, and they're able to continue this pressure. Maybe trying to find Flashy down mid, but Rooney again with the clear. Rooney has been so crucial in these opportunities for the Wyverns. He has stopped almost all of them so far. He has been the player on the defensive end that has stepped up. Now we will see, can he step up on the offensive end like he did last game? Flurry trying to find their way out, but Wyverns aren't giving them an inch so far, Rocker Man. They're looking to score once again. That pass just not far enough. This is an opportunity, though. Rooney with a good double. Maybe a shooting opportunity. No, it's wide. That was the perfect chance for Flurry, Rocker Man, and it goes completely wasted.
Yeah, that was the opportunity, but it wasn't quite meant to be. This one off the backboard. The shot going to come through, and Marco puts it in a heartbreaking way to give up another goal. But the Wyverns, they're going to be the ones to capitalize.
Oh, my gosh. I saw the ball go off the backboard. I was like, okay, they double committed. But I thought one of them was going to touch the ball, but no. It kind of just floats there for a little bit, and eventually it goes in the Flurry's net. So Wyverns, they take it to a lead here, and Flurry, while they have looked better, they still only have 2 shots, and they're not great shots at that. They've had one that should have been a goal, but that didn't even count as a shot. That's how wide that shot was. Now Flashy trying to find a 50 here. That one's going to go to Jonesy. Jonesy looking to continue, but Flashy gets in his way. Flashy always in the way, and instead, Flurry, they're able to get the clear. Marco gets a good touch, though, and Jonesy's looking for the shots. Not able to get the touch, but this Wyverns team, Rocker Man, they have looked so good, and they're continuing to mount this pressure. Flurry just aren't able to break out of their half at this point. Oh my gosh, what a save!
Yeah, these guys really cannot escape, and that's the toughest thing when you're, trying to battle back, and the Wyverns are just right back to where they were, in these first 2 games, just suffocating Flurry. And Flurry, they got to find a way to mentally lock in and break through, find a demo, find something, capitalize on one mistake, and try to break through here.
Oh, that was the opportunity, but neither Aiden or Double Dash made contact, and a second goal that was, if you touch that ball on target, it's a guaranteed goal. Nobody was saving that. Instead, Flurry walk away with nothing once again. They're trying to find something here. Maybe a pass, but no, Flashy cuts it off immediately. Flashy gets another touch. That one's going to go high. Jones is going to be the first one there. Double Dash tries to put this one mid. Rooney's there. Rooney's going to go off the backboard. Double Dash not going to get the shot, but Aiden maybe. Aiden's off the crossbar, though, and man, Flurry just cannot catch a break right now. Double Dash trying to keep up the pressure, but a good clear there from Marco. And maybe a shooting opportunity. Now it's going to go wide. Jonesy's going to be there, though. And where Flurry falls short, Wyvern excel. And that's with relentless pressure and scoring opportunities. And they're able to put this one on target. And, Rockman, that feels like a dagger.
It does feel like a dagger. And, well, we're going to have to see if Flurry has the last second Forbidden Temple miracle. It doesn't look likely here as Wyverns continue the pressure, but regardless, either way, Flurry, they did show signs of life here, and well, maybe one more sign of life here is this one finds the back of the net, and wait a minute, 26 seconds, it is possible.
Dagger, maybe it's just a little poke. Maybe that's
Yeah.
all it was. There's still hope, and they're still trying for a very plausible comeback. 26 seconds, definitely plenty of time for 2 goals to get scored. We will see if they're able to do it, but it's got to start very quickly, and you cannot let
Oh.
Wyvern score. The kickoff was heavily in Wyvern's favor, and Marco pounces on it immediately, getting, I believe, his 5th or 6th goal of the series. So Marco done his job in the scoring department and pretty much seals the game at this point. 21 seconds remaining, Rocket Man. 3 goals. It feels out of reach.
It does, and I think it is, especially with this kickoff going back this way. 3 goals, it's nearly impossible here, and I'm gonna say that is gonna be it here as the ball's 50 away. Yeah, Wyverns, they hold on here. They fight. They got a little bit of a fight there in this last game, this game number 3, but they battle back here, looking for the dagger there. They got it, and they take the win here. So another series that ends in 4, but honestly, they have all been entertaining. Flurry, they gave it a little bit of hope there at the end, but just not quite able to squeak it out in game 4. And Wyverns hold on for the victory here and improve to 5-3.
Yeah, I mean, Wyvern's really well done there. They're missing Milo, who is their highest MR player, and it did not matter. It looked like they were the better team throughout this entire game, entire series. And honestly, it was very dominating. They only won 3-1, but Wyverns definitely looked like the better team. And Flurry, I don't think they looked bad. They had their moments, but there was the crucial times, the goal scoring opportunities that they just could not come through on. And all in all, if you're not able to score, you're not able to win. And Flurry, they got shut out 2 games, and they almost
Yeah.
got shut out this game. So it
Mhm.
just that was kind of the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, it really was. They just couldn't quite find the offense. They didn't quite have it. And Wyverns, they were able to do just enough to hold it down. And, a good win for them. And, a good end to week number 4. There is, I mean, Flip, it's kind of crazy to say, but, next, this upcoming Monday, that is going to be match number 9. So we'll officially be at the halfway point of the season, which is kind of crazy to think already halfway through season number 9. So this is when things are really going to start ramping up. The battle for seeding is kind of starting to shape up a little bit now that these teams, are getting their wins, getting into this non-conference action here in the middle of the season. So a lot to be determined in the upcoming weeks here.
Yeah, these next couple of weeks, like you said, this is where, especially in prospect, I feel like a
Yeah.
lot of teams are gonna start filtering out. But it's important to win these games because then you have that much better shot at getting 1st seed, 2nd seed, winning your division at least. So these are the games that kind of separate the teams. We will find out who really are the best teams in the league, and I think right now I feel like we've seen a couple of the best teams in the league. I mean, we saw the Titan teams absolutely go at it. A couple rival teams are pretty good too. Not that Knights team though. The Chimeras, they look good though.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They did look good. You gotta give them credit. You guys gave it a good fight, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how things shape up. Still got a couple more match results trickling in here in the last couple minutes here, but yeah, it should be an interesting one here. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Huge shout out to everyone who followed the channel and supported here. Congratulations to all the winners on the night. Another couple quick shout outs to Shun and Blazing Biscuit for subbing, and also shout out to our premium subscribers. A lot of you guys supporting us out there. I want to get the names up here on my screen so I can thank them for supporting Nemesis. So give me 1 sec while I do that. A couple of shout outs to Nixoy, Chunklight, and Speed Demon for supporting. Also Sub-Zero, Jay, Crafty, Burr, Aiden, and Aiko. Thank you guys all for supporting Nemesis Premium there in the Discord. Much appreciated. But yeah, Flip, that's going to wrap it up for us tonight. So thank you all for watching, and we will see you guys this upcoming Monday.
Deuces.
Yeah, man.